Sometimes you might have an aide who comes in and helps you, but a lot of it is on you, and the stress it puts on you and your family is a lot. And, I just want to let you all know who do that. If you are with your loved one 24 hours a day, I see you and you're doing a really great job. I want you to know that. I want you to know that you are seen, because most caregivers are not seen. We hide in the shadows. We work really hard. We take on a lot of stress. We take on a lot of emotions. And unless you've been there, others don't know. So I see you, and you're doing a fantastic job.
Hi everyone, I'm Lexie Callies. Do you feel the squeeze of caring for an elderly loved one and school-aged children? Then welcome to the Sandwich Stories. Let's dig in.
Hi everybody. It's Lexie Callies with Sandwich Stories. I hope you're having a really great week. It's sweater weather in Texas. I'm super excited. If y'all have listened to me before, you know I love this time of year. I love this weather. It's very, very windy today. It's going to get up to blustery wind of 50 miles an hour, but that's Texas. That's how we do it. And so for Texas, sweater weather means it's 60. So I got a new sweater the other day, and I figured today was the best day to pull it out and put it on and feel warm and toasty. I worked the concession stand at the football game last night, and everybody was not expecting the weather to change, and they were all frozen. Those poor kids. I really felt bad for them. They were like t-shirt and shorts, and it was really, really windy. Probably 50 to 60 mile an hour winds sometimes, and probably 60 degrees. So it felt a lot colder than it really was. But, those boys went out there, and my son's middle school team won. So they're in the district championship. So go Wolves. Yay. Anyway, so today, a few things. We have decided to move my mother. I know I've talked about it a little bit in the past, and we have chosen a new location. She will be moving shortly, sooner rather than later, so I'm okay with that, and also before Thanksgiving. So it's going to be a busy couple weeks for me, but that's okay. I think it'll be a good fit. It's going to be a much smaller location, and I think she'll get a lot more one-on-one care. So I'm excited about that. But also, I just wanted to reach out and talk to the caregivers in the group. You are all wonderful. I have been talking to a few people, and I always get mixed responses about my mom in assisted living, about me caring for her, what that kind of looks like. And so for those of you who are out there who are caregivers, I'm sure you've all had this situation where people say, "Oh, what do you do?" And you say, "Oh, I care for my mom. I'm my mom's home health care helper," or whatever you might say. And you either maybe you do too, I get two responses. "Oh my gosh, that is amazing of you. That is such hard work. Good for you. I'm so glad you're able to do that for your mother." And a lot of times those come from people who have cared for loved ones in the past, whether it was their mother or their grandparents, or saw people in their life care for others. Or I get, "Oh, well, that's interesting," as if it's not a real job, as if it's not hard, as if it's not a job. And I think, oh, those people haven't been in this situation yet. And they think I don't have a real job. And they think that I'm just a regular stay-at-home housewife, and I kind of care for my mom. And they're like, "But she's in assisted living. Why are you with her so much? Why do you care for her so much?" I'm like, "Well, because that's part of my job. And that's what I do. And I'm not going to forget her and leave her just in an assisted living facility and show up once a month. And that's not what I do." And I know a lot of you don't do that either, especially if they live in assisted living. Now, if you have family members who live with you and you're caring for them, that's a whole nother ball of wax. And God bless all of you for doing that, because that is a 24-hour job. Sometimes you might have an aide who comes in and helps you, but a lot of it is on you, and the stress it puts on you and your family is a lot. And, I just want to let you all know who do that. If you are with your loved one 24 hours a day, I see you and you're doing a really great job. I want you to know that. I want you to know that you are seen, because most caregivers are not seen. We hide in the shadows. We work really hard. We take on a lot of stress. We take on a lot of emotions. And unless you've been there, others don't know. So I see you and you're doing a fantastic job. Now, with the people like me who have a family member in assisted living, it does take some burden off of us on a day-to-day 24-hour basis. But also, I want to let you all know I see you too. I know the stress that comes with leaving your loved one with others and trusting that they will be taken care of. And we all know sometimes your loved ones slip through the cracks and maybe they don't get the care that you would give them, but you have a reason for why they are in assisted living. And you don't have to explain yourself to anybody as to why they live there. And I see you, and I know you're doing a really great job too. And I say all of this because when I was interviewing some locations, I had a meeting with one of the managers, and I was, he asked me a couple questions, and he was even asking, like, if you could, in a perfect ideal world, what would your mother's care look like? And I explained a lot, and I explained, that I'm at her facility a lot, that I'm up there a lot. I'm really involved. And his response to me was, why do you feel as if you have to manage your mother's care so much? And I was kind of taken aback by it at first, and I kind of felt like it was a little rude. And I thought about it because one of the reasons why I feel this way is because not every location my mother has been in has instilled 100% trust in me. I have not instilled the 100% trust in them. And so, yes, I do manage my mom's care very closely. It is me and her. And some people might say that I need to let go a little bit. Some might say I'm doing exactly what they would do. It just kind of depends. And like I've said in the past, my mom deserves 100% wonderful care. And if that means I have to be really involved and closely manage the care, then that's what I'm going to do. Now, if she is in a facility and I start to really start trusting the caregivers and making sure that she's well cared for and that I don't see her falling through the cracks, I don't see her being forgotten about because she doesn't need as much care as maybe another resident, then I might let go a little bit. And maybe I can enjoy my time with my mom a little more as a daughter than it would be as a caregiver. And that's just where I am. So I understood what he was trying to say to me. And I'm hoping that this new facility, because it has a low ratio, because it's a smaller building, there's less residents in the building, I'm hoping that she's able to get the attention and care that I have been hoping she would get. Now, her aide will be coming with her, and she will be there with her still 3 days a week. Believe me, I wish I could just hire this girl and she could work just for me. But I don't know if she's receiving benefits from the company she works for. And if she is, I wouldn't want her to give those up. But I would love for her to work just for me. but I don't know if that's possible. And so I've really appreciated, and already in the past month of her being with my mom, she's invaluable. She's the most valued person in my life right now outside of my family, because she is the extra eyes and ears that I don't have at my mom's facility at the moment. So she's able to tell me and see things that I don't see or people don't tell me. And they're more willing to open up and say things and make offhanded remarks to the aide than they would be to me. And I understand why that is, but she also will relay those comments and remarks back to me. And I'm able to meet with the right people to hopefully fix those issues. But, there's only so much you can do. You can go and trust that you've told the right people what's going on and hope that they make the right decisions and correct things. But then also, maybe they're just giving you lip service. Oh yeah, we'll fix that. Oh, thank you for so much. Thank you so much for bringing that to our attention. We'll make sure that doesn't happen again. We all get those. And so it's just nice to have my mom's aide with her on a more regular basis, and that she's very involved and very detailed oriented. And I love her for that. So, one thing I do have to say, I was listening to some other caretakers and some of their ideas. And one thing that really stuck with me, and this kind of goes along with me feeling like I manage my mom's care very closely, is the fact that I was listening to a caregiver say how much she journaled when she was caring for her loved one. And some of the things she made comments about really resonated with me, because I think it's true. And I'm sure a lot of you think this will be true too. We care and we give, and we never think we've given enough. There's always something that we say, I could have done more. I could have cared more. I could have done X more. And I feel that way. But she said she was journaling, and she realized that she gave so much, and that there were so many more good times than bad. But just like all things in life, we tend to remember the bad things more than we remember the good things. And so she was saying that this journaling really helped her to look back and say, wow, I did give a lot. I did give enough. And we had so many more good times than bad. And that really opened my eyes, because I really feel that way too. I feel that we always remember those bad things. That's what we dwell on. How can we fix it? How can we make it better? Because the good times are just fun, and there's nothing to fix. There's nothing to dwell on. You look back fondly on those times, but it's nothing that sticks with you as much as a bad situation or a bad event. And so this is kind of the catalyst for this episode, was the fact that we give a lot, and most of the, I would say probably 99.9% of the time, we are giving all that we can, and it is enough. And that we are having much better times than we think we are. And so I think that's what I'm going to start doing. I think I'm going to start journaling. I've never been a big journaler. Believe me, that's not something I'm used to doing. So it might take me a little bit of time to get into it. But I think even just jotting things down or taking notes in your phone of good things that happened, things that made you smile, things that you felt you did right, not just a good time, but something that you felt really proud of yourself for. And for me, sometimes that might be, I'm frustrated with my mom, and instead of giving into the frustration, walking away. And I would be able to write that down and say, you know what, Lexie, you walked away from that stressful, frustrating situation. And because of that, the situation did not escalate. The situation doesn't have to be a bad remembrance, does not have to be a bad memory. It doesn't have to be any of those things. And I think just writing that down, being able to say, good job for walking away, which I have to learn to do with my son and my husband. Sometimes just don't get into it. Pick your battles. My husband tells me all the time, pick your battles. Not everything is a battle. Not everything has to be won. Not everything has to be fought out. Not everything has to be talked out, which is sometimes hard for me. So yeah, I think we just all need to realize we're doing a great job, and we're doing a better job than we give ourselves credit for. Yeah. So I hope that helps those of you who are listening, that I see you and that you are doing a really great job. And if no one told you today, I love you. You are enough. And you are doing the best you can. Yeah. So with that said, the song of the day is by the band The Hold Steady, and they are new-ish. They formed in 2003 out of New York, and their song today is called Stay Positive. And I felt it was very apropos for the discussion today. And I think we all do need to stay positive. We need, especially the purpose of this song is staying positive when things are hard, when things are going awry, and you have to persevere and push through, because as caregivers, that's what we have to do every day. We have to persevere and push through. And as my mother would say, pull yourself up by the bootstraps and start marching forward, because you cannot march backwards. So we can only move forward. And so that's why this song just stuck with me. So yet again, Stay Positive by The Hold Steady. And I hope you enjoy the song. I hope you find joy in it. I hope it speaks to you the way it spoke to me. And maybe it's a new band for you. I mean, it's a new band for me. Like I said, they've only been out since 2003. So really, in the grand scheme of music, they're new. Because the Rolling Stones are still going on. Mavis Staple is still going on. And they're all in their 80s. So if they can do it, we can too. We can persevere and move forward and stay positive. Okay? I hope y'all have a really great week. I will talk to y'all soon, and I love you all. Bye.
Thank you so much for listening to Sandwich Stories. I really hope you learned some new things and enjoyed it. If you did, tell a friend, tell your mom, tell your sister, tell your dad, tell everybody you know to also listen. Maybe they'll learn some new things, how to help each other out. And find us at Sandwich Stories Podcast. Thanks so much.